This is going to be fun. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to some questions. Oh, I thought we were leaving. Right, cool.
Which character out of the party would survive the best on a desert island?
Desert island, so no foliage.
This is tough. Do they? So, my question to that is, they don't get to take anything with them. No.
Purely because of spells, I'd say Azrael.
Because of spells?
Create food and water.
No, she's not.
Ash is dead with it. Like, she doesn't have to breathe, but Ash is dead until she hits a point of a monk where she doesn't have to have food.
I'm thinking like, I mean, you can cure diseases and poisons as well, so you wouldn't really need shelter.
Me, Joe.
See, I was gonna
100%.
say Joe, but then feathers can fly.
I think you just fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless there was like some kind of barrier stopping you from flying.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I'm chained to the island.
I mean, that's not survival. That's just escaping.
True.
That's just fucking off from where she is.
True.
This is tough. So I think this is two-pronged. So I would say that Jove has a lot of survivability because of what who he is and what he's done in his life. But there are other characters within our group that I think would do anything to survive.
I think we can all agree Clovis wouldn't last a day.
Not in the slightest.
Clovis is dead in a heartbeat.
Not without a chaise longue made of sand.
2 days.
Before his skin burns.
Everybody's got survivability, but I think the one that outlasts them all I would say Jove would probably be the one.
So I'm saying me.
Yeah.
I'm saying Joe.
I'll go Joe.
Yeah.
Probably Jove.
Oh, 100%.
Probably Jove, to be honest.
Okay, if we go that it's really deserted, then Azrael, I would say. But if there's animals and ways to make food on the island, then I would say Jove.
Yeah.
Which character out of the party would you trust the most with your life?
That's a tough one.
Are we talking if it's a fight, there's one, if it's I'm in trouble with the law, there's another?
You're in some kind of life or death situation.
I think I know what yours is. I think you were going to say Clovis.
No.
No?
You'd be shocked.
Ash. 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. There is literally no one else apart from myself who I would trust with my life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, Clovis currently, but still how Sen is in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, he took a building for feathers.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. It's either between Ash, because she's literally saved Michael's life, as far as he's concerned. But I would also say that it might be Jove for that one as well.
She's struggling still to trust everyone, but out of everyone, Jove again.
Yeah.
Just based on interactions we've had and stuff. Like,
I think Clovis kind of only really trusts himself in his own life, if that's bad.
No,
but I
that
actually
tracks.
think probably Jove, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I think like he does think that Jove has his head on his shoulders enough to, make the right choices.
This is tough. I'm going to say I would probably want Clovis to come to my rescue. Purely and simply because there's more than one way to get out of trouble, and I feel like no matter which way it goes, he will have an answer for it.
she maybe trusts that Michael will look out for her because he wants answers, but it'd be more from a selfish motivation on Michael's part, rather than...
And I think Ash would question the motives, even if she thought, he would save me.
He's gonna save me,
There's gonna
but
be a why did you do that?
Yeah. So
fair enough.
Jove, especially after the conversation we had not too long ago. So I think Jove again.
If Sen was still around, Clovis would probably say Sen.
Really?
But yeah, because I mean, the thing just puts itself in front of anything to save people, But I think, given Jove's sort of zeal and not wanting to let people get away with things, he'd probably feel more.
Yeah, you do have that. You have that, don't you?
Maybe a little bit.
I'd probably say Clovis.
Yeah.
He seems like the sort of person who has a plan and a plan B.
Oh, that's so true though. Yeah.
If you're in a jam, he has 7 plans ahead to think of a way out. Everyone else might try and muscle their way out, and it's normally going to make things worse.
He'll try and talk a situation down, but failing that, we'll mesmerise and pulverise whatever's in front of him to ensure that I can run away.
Love that.
The Fallen are in prison. What crime did they each individually commit?
Ooh, I like this. Okay.
Shrunk in disorder.
Hang on, let me just go get my backstory quickly. I'll pick one.
Feathers, it'd be theft, without a shadow of a doubt.
Fraud.
Oh, straight up, yeah.
Yeah, fraud
Of every kind.
of all kinds. Tax fraud, insurance fraud.
Clovis, it would be impersonation. You'd be impersonating a noble or someone else.
Larceny,
Yeah.
all those kind of things.
Impersonating people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, none. Clovis doesn't get arrested.
Ashar would be accosting a official. So that would be someone that told her that she couldn't do something, she would probably just punch in the mouth. Jove,
Just bar brawling.
Yeah,
Fighting anyone and everyone.
that tracks.
Yes, 100%.
violent conduct within a proper place. So he'd probably like just spit on the floor in a church or something and get arrested for it. Michael,
Oh, murder. Every time. Fucking hell.
more than likely just be like disturbing the peace. He'd probably scare the kids and stuff and they'd have to just bang him up for it.
Oh gosh, yeah. Definitely murder.
Like he would, like he's just a frightening looking dude, right? Azrael is tough, right? So
Possibly pirateering.
You're an awfully bad paladin if you go pirateering.
Not really.
the thing I would say Azrael would get locked up for is saying the wrong thing to the wrong person.
I
A
mean,
bit of smuggling.
oh,
Not necessarily intentionally, but he would be talking to somebody about something and innocently so just say something and they'd be like, what do you mean? And then not be able to fucking get himself out of it. And that's why he would end up in prison. If your characters were in a band, would they play an instrument or be the lead singer?
Drums. 100% Joe's on the drums. Drove is on the back in the drums. He's fucking those solos.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Definitely the triangle. Anything else is too complicated.
Lead singer, obviously. Front man.
I don't know. I don't feel that Michael is that musically talented. It would probably.
And the band would probably be the name Clovis and the something.
I don't know if you'd agree to that, but I
said you were in the band.
I imagine we're very hair now. A bit like the Darkness.
Oh, yeah,
The
for
flamboyant frontman, and then it's just like... the
Yeah,
serious man on the
absolutely.
back.
Sequin leotards and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
If you take the triangle, I'll take the symbols.
That's fair. That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to sacrifice one other character out of your party to save your own life, which character would you sacrifice?
Do I have to?
Azrael.
That was very quick.
Yeah.
Does your horse count?
I'm not fucking sacrificing somebody for shit.
Ash doesn't trust Azrael at all.
Oh, I get that. I
Like-
do.
I mean, do I have to pick a specific one?
You do.
So, okay.
That's tough though. Clovis.
Michael. I'd sacrifice Michael.
Why'd you say that then?
Instinct?
Because as far as Clovis knows, he knows the least about him, has the least connection to him, and as far as he knows, he can come back to life. So it would be a calculated risk.
Something tells me that Clovis would probably be able to make a pact and come back or something. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he managed to convince someone in the afterlife to just bring him back. It's just...
It's gonna be it's gonna be equal between Azrael and Michael because they're new.
Yeah.
Joe. Doesn't really know anything about him at the minute.
Joe's a party member himself. He's not going to let people die. So himself, he's going to die. In a situation where he's dying, he's just going to die for everyone else.
Am I a bad person?
I think, to be honest, like, Clovis is kind of up there simply because I think she's fully aware that he'd fuck her over if needed.
Yeah.
But it's like this understanding that she'd do the exact same thing too. So.
Yes.
I think Michael would win out over Azrael for feathers just because she thinks Azrael's a bit simple. So she takes that sort of, so it's hard to not trust someone that is that, like, straight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I have trouble trusting straight people too.
Well, no, I get it too.
Yeah.
What would your character's theme song be?
God.
Oh, I do know what it's called.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
If you could assign a song to be the theme song of the Fallen, what would it be?
I think it's called Blood and Boots by Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What a shout.
Yes, I think that's Joe's. Either that or Rain and Blood by Slayer.
Yeah, Rain and Blood was the one I was going to suggest to Joe. Yeah.
One of those two.
I would say I'm Not Jesus by Apocalyptica.
Okay, nice.
I feel like just because of the style of music, it would be something by Vampire Weekend or something. Like very sort of like Dickensian, like...
Yeah. No, yeah, that's fair.
Something like that.
Yeah, it would probably be Cranberry Zombie. Yeah, true. I also have Brothers Unite stuck in my head, but that's just because it's me.
It would be Ain't No Place for Heroes. Would be the song. Did you take any inspiration from fiction or non-fiction when designing your character?
Are there any NPCs that you have taken inspiration from other medias and other franchises?
No. More of a concept rather than a person. So you know how in the movie there's always like just the instigator, the chaos creator, the wind up merchant. That is exactly what I wanted Feathers to be.
Nice.
Yeah, so I do that. Like, so when I'm kind of creating an NPC from the ground up, I do try to pull, not carbon copy NPCs from like favorite TV shows or films that I've seen, but I definitely take a lot of inspiration. Like Lord of the Rings, especially when I'm designing NPCs in a fantasy setting. Lord of the Rings is a huge one. Game of Thrones is another one.
So the original version of Ash, before this, with the Way of the Four Elements, Avatar. It was Aang. But then she's fully changed to the point where there is no real inspiration now. Like,
there was a show, The Rings of Power. One of the dwarves from that. Traditionally in Tolkien, a lot of dwarves are underground and miners and blacksmiths and things, and they create these wonderful things. There's going to be NPCs that come up that take a lot of inspiration from that.
yeah, playing a monk, I can't not have a bit of Bowen. But she's still... No, it's just a collection of a load of things.
Yeah.
It used to be Avatar, but before... I changed the way. I changed what way I was. I changed my ways. Yeah.
Wish I could.
Okay, no worries, thanks for calling.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you for coming and joining us on the sofa this evening.
It was lovely.
Cool.
Okay.
Which character do you think would be the biggest liability on a tavern crawl?
Ooh, Feathers, without a shadow. That took me like a split second. I mean, Feathers is a liability in a supermarket. I mean, not because I feel like purely and simply because it's hard to keep track of her. And you wouldn't know if Feathers came out for a pub crawl, you wouldn't know what she'd be getting up to, but she would be getting up to something. And when you asked her about what that something was, you would more than definitely get like, oh, nothing, it's fine. And then you'd probably be in a fist fight and end up in jail, like quite quickly after that. So she would definitely be the one. Yeah, she's a liability. Not that it wouldn't be fun, but it would definitely, that would be the biggest liability.